How's it going, everyone? Welcome back to the channel. I hope you all are doing great. In today's video, I will be talking about how to master Fireball Super Witches from the scratch. I know my video will not be so fascinating or fancy editing video, but I try my best to deliver the knowledge I have gained and I have. So please listen carefully and patiently to whatever I speak and I show in the video. I may also hesitate a little bit because it's my first time on YouTube shooting a voiceover video, so kindly ignore my hesitation. Thank you so much. Let's begin with the video part. As I had said in the beginning that I will be explaining this strategy from the scratch, so I have made several topics of the strategy video and I have mentioned them in the given below description with the timestamps of the video. So if you want to learn about a specific thing in the strategy, then you may skip to the timestamp given below in the description. So guys, this is the army composition which I am running and which is doing fabulous for me in the Legends League. As you can see, I have scored 320 and I am currently at 5.8. 4 defenses still left to be taken, and yesterday I have scored 310 and there was one time fail. I could say it is not a time fail. I really admit that it was my fault in the attack. So this is the army composition I am running and it is obviously linked in the video description as always. So I am running one ice golem and two druids extra because one ice golem is for the little tank for the entry of the super witches and two druids help in the flank troops. Keeping the flank troops alive is the most important and crucial role in this attack strategy, which many pros and many players in the beginning who are beginners and even many pros miss this important thing that keeping the flank alive is not necessary. So it is very important and it is the most necessary thing that you can do in this attack, keeping the queen and the flank troops alive. So in my spell composition, I have taken two raid spells. I often use one raid spell for the queen and the flank troops, and I have taken two earthquake spells. One often for the RC because I use rocket spear and shield, and one for the fireball. Maybe if there are ricochet cannons, clan castle, and heavy hit point buildings, it takes two earthquakes. So RC have none of them, and I am running Valkyries instead of super minions. People often ask me why Valkyries, why not super minions? So the answer is pretty simple. I want to support the flank. I want to give some tankiness to the queen and make sure she stays alive till the end of the attack. In case of super minions, they don't give any tank to the queen because there is no ground unit coming out from the CC when the siege barrack pops. And I'm using three invis spells. You can also take one skeleton spell and two invis spells, but using three invisible spells makes me comfortable with the fireball, and you can also try with two invisible spells. I have tried earlier two invisible spells, but I like three invisible spells. It helps a lot in pathing the fireball in the right direction. So if you miss any building, like if you may a Tesla pops suddenly and you see that, and if you have an extra invis spells, you can just drop on the Tesla and do the fireball, right? Guys, I know you may find the video boring and not pleasurable to your eyes, but I can assure you after this video, if you listen carefully and patiently to whatever I say and show in this video, then you don't have to look back to any pro for seeking for help in this strategy. I can assure and I can guarantee you that you will be the pro in your clan and you won't need any guidance whatsoever after this video. If you listen carefully, I have shared everything which I have learned and I have experienced in this video. I know this video is not pleasurable for your eyes to see because I don't know editing a lot. So, but I can guarantee that after doing triples in everywhere, wherever you attack, you will get pleasure after attacking. You know what I mean. So, guys, now I will be explaining the importance of equipments and the use and the proper use of the equipments in this attack strategy. So, for the king, we will be using the earthquake boots and the spiky ball. Even after the nerf of both of them, it does pretty well and it is fantastic. So, if you don't have the spiky ball, then you can also use the giant gauntlet. The attack goes different when you use the giant gauntlet because the king becomes huge and gives tankiness to your troops a lot. So you have to take benefit of that ability. So to take the benefit of that ability, you press the king ability earlier, then you give the jump to the army later on. So first king ability, then jump in the back end. But if you are using the spiky ball, then jump earlier, give access to the core to the king, then press the king ability and the core vanishes. Now we will be talking about the ability of queen, equipment of the queen. Sadly, I don't have max equipments in this account, but it is also just an proper example for people who give excuses that we need max equipments to triple any base. So it's not the case. I am doing pretty much all the attacks triple with these equipments. I also don't have max equipments. You can see I don't have RC max and Queen max. So yeah, whatever. So we are running Giant Arrow in the Legends League. I run Giant Arrow for two reasons. First of all is random Invistar base to trigger Invis towers randomly, which pops in the Legends League. And the second biggest reason, which nobody tells and nobody uses and nobody gives importance, is that the sweeper. I take the sweeper from the giant arrow, which which is in the opposite direction, like which will affect my healers. As the army reaches the core, whenever the sweeper pushes your healers away, the army dies. Okay, the army dies. Many people have the same problem that whenever they reach the core, the army dies. This is the biggest reason that you can find. Whenever you have giant arrow and you don't get a Invistar base in the Legend League, just use the giant arrow to take down the sweeper which is facing you, facing the entry which you are using. It helps a lot and it makes sure that your healers are not getting pushed away and the army is not dying. Otherwise, if you know and you are attacking in clan war league or in normal wars, you can use Magic Mirror, of course, always better than Giant Arrow if you know the base, and the entry is not opposite of the sweeper. So now we will talking about RC because Grand Warden is all as named the strategy Fireball Super, which is so Fireball is the main thing. But I would like to explain the importance of Rage Gem. Rage Gem gives you a lot, and the army don't need a rage spell, more than one rage spell, because Rage Gem is enough. As long as the warden is alive, the Rage Gem is enough to carry your troops in the core. I would like to share the stats. The Rage Gem provides 50% damage increase at the max level, so it is a lot for the army. And as the army is very tanky, the healers max level healers don't let your troops die in the rage gem as well. So I use one rage spell for the flank to support the queen, and one rage spell for the core whenever it is needed. So I will be talking about now for the RC. We are using, sadly I don't have max equipments in this account because I need to flex my legendary scenery which I have on this account to make the video. Sadly, in this account, I don't have max equipments for the RC, but it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter to have max equipments. You just need a specific level of the equipment to use the equipments. In this case, I have the equipments already at the minimum level which I can use. So, uh, many people ask why master, why you are using rocket spear and shield with the RC. Why not electro boots? So the answer is pretty simple. Whenever you use electro boots, the attacking style gets different. You have to use the RC with the flank troops because you can't send the RC alone because electro boots uh, comes into melee mode and gets the RC closer to the defenses, and the RC dies, and it she takes damage a lot and she dies. But in this case we are using rocket spear and shield, which helps a lot in taking defenses and sniping defenses from a distance. Usually even you miss the town hall and the town hall is in the core. If you are using electro boots, then it is uh, 90% impossible to take the town hall down because RC will get trapped in giant bombs, etc. But if you have this equipment, then you can just snipe the town hall, clearing all the flank defenses and just directly popping the ability into the town hall. So another big advantage. So guys, before moving towards the next part of the video, which is steps of the attacks, I had to explain the importance of CC, which I use is Valkyries instead of super minions. Many people ask why you are using Valkyries instead of super minions. So the main reason is Valkyries provide tanking and help in clearing the with the siege barrack troops and help the main push towards the core. And this is the main reason I use Valkyries instead of super minions. So now let's move towards the next part of the video, which is steps of the attack. So to explain this part, I need a replay which I will take from my attack log, and it will be played in the background. I can take this replay maybe. So this replay is of a island type base which is pretty anti fireball base, but what we learn that fireball in this strategy is done only for sufficient value but great pathing. We don't go for intense value or from in the middle intense value stacked core. We don't go, but in exceptions we go for the middle stacked core intense value, that is some different thing. But in these type of bases, we go for pathing. So in this base, I will be taking down this compartment. We have to acknowledge that fireball has 6 tile radius. From the center would be from the defense you are fireballing on. So from if I fireball on the air defense, I get the ricochet cannon, echo, and multi archer tower. So I had fireballed on the air defense, and we got the whole compartment using the two earthquakes. So we have to take care of this knowledge, and now you can see that we are getting a perfect pathing for the super witches through the monolith. So uh, you will feel like I am being funny, but we are getting pathing, and pathing is the most important and crucial thing in this strategy. And there are two fire spitters facing towards the pathing, but it won't affect because the king will tank for the super witches. Now in this base does not have any invis towers, so the giant arrow will be used for the sweeper, which is facing towards the pathing and affecting the healers and pushing away the healers. So we will be taking out the sweeper, and which will help the healers to heal the main push constantly without any delay. Now everybody, like the pros, deploy the balloons as a test balloon, or uh, to test for seeking mines. But here in this strategy, in this meta, the all the red bombs are stacked in the core for the healers, baited healers. So we will slightly delay the balloons to let them move forward, go deeper, potentially take the red bomb farm or the first 2 to 3 black mines to protect healers from the first wave of black mines. And we will be dropping our king just a little bit late after the super witches spawn their big boys. Now, in this attack, in this base, flank is already very light and the funnel has been made, king has been deployed, and the jump spell is already deployed. Warden is the main key hero in this attack because the rage gem, as I said, as I explained, is a very important equipment which helps the troops to move forward without the use of rage spell. But in this case, in this scenario, I had lost the warden due to the enemy minion prince, but still this attack will showcase the power of fireball super witches even after losing the most important hero. Now you can see that the king is moving forward and the warden has been taken down. One black mine hits one healer, but the balloons trigger all the red bomb farm and the healer stays alive. Both the fire spitters are tanked by the king, and it was a part of the plan. Only the queen is safe. If the queen had taken any damage, I had used a raid spell, but there is no damage and the Valkyries are tanking for the queen. And here the role of the king is very crucial in the attacks. King is very important, be in the core, and we want our king to die in the core. We want our king's sacrifice. We want our king sacrificed to let the phoenix to get alive and take care of all the red bombs missed by the coco loons and protect our healers. Healers are the main key troops to make the super witches immortal. So you can see that the king is dying and the phoenix gets alive and take cares of the black mines in the core. The super witches are healthy because of the healers staying alive without getting any push from the sweeper. I am invising the super witches along with the healers because a fire spitter was there. Queen is staying alive and healthy. We will be deploying our RC from a flank wherever we need to because we have rocket spear and shaking shield, which helps a lot if we are having electro boots or hawk puppet. Then I have to send my RC with the queen because RC cannot be sent alone with the electro boots. So the core is getting taken down and very easily with after losing the warden itself. We are overpowering the attack on this base. Lastly, I can say that if you master this attack strategy, following the tips and experience I have shared in this video, you can destroy any base regardless the base is baited and your fireball is getting uh, thrown not according to your plan. So it is like that only. Your healers must be alive and keeping your troops alive. Healers are the main important troops in this strategy itself. And to summarize, I would like to say some to summarize the steps. I will say the firstly, quick and easy fireball most of the time for pathing. Exceptions are always there, as always, like the chemistry. We have Clash of Clans also. So the next point will be choosing the side from where to take the entry, which is make sure that you find a L path for the super witches to move along. Then thirdly, delaying of the two balloons used as cocoa balloons in the army composition. The balloons play a most important role. Then the king's sacrifice in the core. Healers are the troops to save. They will make sure that your super witches don't die. Helping the flank with the queen with spells if needed. Use a raid spell if there is more damage and there is intense stacked defenses in front of the queen. Queen must be staying alive till the end. Use your spells slowly and when needed. Warden's rage gem is enough for the army. So now, guys, mainly talking about the most important question asked by many of the people: where to fireball? So first of all, always remember in this attack strategy, we don't fireball for intense values. We only fireball for sufficient value and great pathing. But exceptions are always there. I have made 3 points. Note these points somewhere in your diary, anything in your brain. So the first point will be if there is a double Invistar base, always go for one Invistar to fireball and trigger the other with the Queen's giant arrow. Invistar bases specifically have two main major compartments which are begging to be fireball. Always avoid doing fireball in the town hall Invistar compartment. Always do the other Invistar compartment and go through the town hall because there is no town hall poison in the town hall 17 update. Secondly, the second point is if there is a double rage star base, try to one take a portion of the rage star compartment which makes pathing as well. And same for the double poison tar base, take one of the poison tar compartment. Third point is if there is one rage star and one poison tar, go for the rage star blindly. Poison tar doesn't affect in the normal mode in legends, but effects in the hard mode. As always, the hard mode is very hard. Now, So guys, now I will be answering all the questions which you guys have asked me in the community post which I had posted few days ago. While I am answering, I will be playing some attack replays of my Legends League in the background so you can learn the attack while listening to the answers which I say. So the first question is from Vedant asking that which army is more powerful, Fireball Super Witches, RR Spam, Fireball Root Riders. The answer is pretty simple, Fireball Super Witches, because the channel is based on Super Witches and I can't ditch them. So the question becomes uh, no point. What do you prefer, boots, spiky on king, or boots and gauntlet on the king? So the answer is explained thoroughly in the timestamp given below under importance of equipments. You can check that out. The second question comes from each side 490 asking what are the key defenses to fireball. This question have been answered in the timestamp under where to fireball in the given description below, and the second question is how to recover from a failed fireball. So recovering from the failed fireball have 20% chances if you only if you are a skilled player and have a great experience of this attack strategy and know how to handle and know what are the power of the heroes and crucial factors to play. So the third question comes from, I can't pronounce the name. The question is, what do you pay more attention to? The value of the fireball, the path of the witches going to take, the time you invest. I obviously give more importance to the path of the witches they are going to take because the pathing matters a lot, not the fireball value and the time you invest. Making the pathing is the key thing in the attack. Fourth question comes from Nathan Frank. The question is, I think the middle part of the attack is where I struggle. When to use spells, best points to use abilities, etc. Things of that nature, just keeping the attack alive. I have answered this question and explained thoroughly in the timestamp under steps of the attack. You can just check that out. Fifth question comes from Arsh Khan. Just one problem, how to find the perfect fireball spot like you do to prevent time fails. The answer is explained in the timestamp under where to fireball. You can just check that out. So guys, this was all for this video and I hope you liked the explanation how I explained my attacks, and if you want me to explain how to attack different style of bases, then please let me know in the comment section below. And if you are still watching the video at this moment, thank you so much for your intense support. It means a lot for me and my family. Make sure to subscribe and follow for more interesting Clash of Clans strategy videos. I in this channel I break down strategies and make sure you learn from the scratch to the top level. Thank you so much and see ya and bye bye.